Good afternoon, campers, or morning, as the case is more likely to be. It's Monday, August 15th. It's the day before Gamescom. The boss is off to Köln this week, which leaves me in charge of the Bulletcast, which is clearly terrifying. Let's try and muddle through it together, shall we? Quite a lot happened over the weekend. Valve officially announced Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It was pretty obvious on Friday that this was going to happen because a bunch of the esports guys that they invited to go and have a look at it told everybody about it. Because of that, there's some details up on the site, gameplay things that they've outlined for the rest of us who are not so fortunate. So if you want to find out how the AK-47 lines up against the new shotgun or whatever, go ahead and read that. Still on Valve and still on Gamescom, Dota 2 shots have turned up online. Now, they're not official. Nobody said this is definitely Dota 2, but it's looking pretty likely. I wouldn't be surprised if we found out that's exactly what they were. More things that we're expecting to see at Gamescom, which are already on the internet. Borderlands 2 images, you can go and look at a bunch of those. Plus, pulled from the pages of Game Informer, a whole bunch of details on weapon manufacturers in-game. Will we be able to make bazillions of weapons? I would say very likely yes. Speaking of bazillions, there's going to be 550 exhibitors at Gamescom this year, which means Johnny, Pat and Alex are basically going to have to give up eating, sleeping, peeing, all those essential things in order to bring us all the news. I pity them, basically. Also at Gamescom, it's just all Gamescom, isn't it? OXM are saying they're going to publish the reveal that they cancelled in February. Now, we were kind of thinking at the time that it might be Starbreeze's Project Redline, which hasn't ever been officially revealed, but we're all pretty certain it's Syndicate. So, magazine reveal, Gamescom reveal, it's all kind of adding up. Syndicate, this week. Glue your eyes to the EA. What else has been happening that isn't Gamescomming? Nintendo has filed a patent for a massively single-player online game. Don't ask me. Apparently, it's that every action you take on your own or by yourself affects the world in myriad ways, which is very Confucian, actually. It's quite lovely. Also on the internet, affecting things in myriad ways. The Bethesda forums have been hacked again for the second time. Passwords all reset. So, I mean, that's looking like a nasty target. If you've got a Bethesda account, you might want to go secure that password. In other nasty news, if you're a Battlefield 3 fan, this is upsetting some people. Apparently players are going to be limited to one profile per account, which, now you can't split your identities into nasty and nice. So that could be a problem for you. Analysts have said they expect PlayStation Vita to shift 2.5 million units in Japan by the end of March 2012, which is when we're expecting it to turn up everywhere else in the world. That's not official yet. And other analysts are saying that Bioshock Infinite has the potential to move 4.9 million copies. Sounds like a fair call. Mortal Kombat has already sold close to 3 million units, which you can probably say thank you to Street Fighter and the fighter revolution in general for bringing that back into fashion. Sega's Mike Hayes, who's been having a chat to Johnny recently, said that packaged goods are dying is a total exaggeration. So, don't get on the cloud just yet. Child of Eden PS3 comes out in September and will support 3D and Move, and there's quite a good video of it if you're not in on that psychedelic awesomeness yet. Metropolitan Police in London have charged a guy with the PSP mugging. You remember the guy with the broken jaw and the guy goes to pick him up and steals his PSP? Yeah, so he's been, they reckon they've got him and he's been denied bail, so here's one for Australian classification reform geeks, i.e. me. The Law Reform Commission has published 8 draft guidelines or principles on how classification reform will proceed, and it looks like they've actually managed to realise that games are a thing and we should probably classify them and stop pretending they're, back in the Space Invaders ages. So that's good news for everybody, especially Australians. If you'd like to look at some pictures, we've got a small gallery of Skyrim images, which are custom characters created by playtesters at QuakeCon, journalists. So there's some pretty great images of like the Khajiit and Argonians looking a lot better than their blocky Oblivion models. It's pretty It's hard to believe it's the same generation, really. The Witcher 2 PC version 2.0 has been teased in a trailer. Apparently we're going to get a reveal at Gamescom of what that actually is. I'm suspecting something similar to the Enhanced Edition, which addressed a lot of the problems with the original Witcher. And finally, Facebook has said it's going to overhaul its games platform to make it less spammy. This may or may not be a response to Google Plus introducing a rival game system and locking it down so that spam can't happen. That's everything today. I'm going to try and upload this and hope nothing explodes. And we'll see you tomorrow.